Hello. Hey children, so welcome to a new lecture for social studies, social science. As I had already told you the last lecture that before starting a new chapter in civics, okay, that is chapter number 4, okay. Before that means not in this lecture that in the last previous lecture I told that in the next lecture I will be discussing a short about history. Okay. Even though we have completed civics chapter 3, we have completed one chapter, but no issue. But it was just remaining because it is very important to discuss with you. So in today's lecture, we are going to um, discuss about, as you can see on the screen. Okay. Yeah. So, you see about history, chapter 6, new questions and ideas. So, after completing the chapter, actually, I wanted to discuss something about that chapter with you. Means I want to just relate it with your real life. That's why I am making. That's why this video is for. Okay, just for a short discussion. So, children, as we have seen in the chapter, we have seen many things in this chapter about that how Buddha led his life, and you learned about Mahavira. Okay, so Mahavira was a follower. It means he made this Jainism spread over the country, spread over the nation. Okay, and there were many teachings that were being taught by Buddha as well as Mahavira. Okay, these things we have seen. So, according to this chapter, what is the name of the chapter? New questions and ideas. So, let us relate this thing with your real life. Okay. Okay. I hope that you understood the chapter. Okay. Obviously, you might have understood. And because I'm explaining you point wise, so I hope you're reading the textbook also. So it is not like that but you should read the textbook also. Then only it will be little more or 100% clear for you. To so to understand the not only this chapter, any of the chapter, you have to read, you have to go through the textbook also. Not like that I am just explaining you point wise, so that because I am making for you easy so that you can understand the chapter easily. That's why I'm explaining you point wise. Okay. So see my video, along with that, go through the textbook also. You have to read the textbook also, so that it will be very apt, and it will really clarify all your doubts, and you will understand the entire chapter properly. So for that, reading of the textbook is again I am saying, reading of the textbook is very important. Go through my point wise video or explanation of the chapter. Along with that, read the textbook also. Then only the 100% you will understand the chapter. Okay, so it is very must to read the textbook also. Okay, so as you might have understood the entire chapter. Okay, so now let's discuss, have a short time for discussing it, this chapter with your real life. How you will relate this chapter with your real life about the new questions and ideas. So, as children, as you can list out of five or some of the ideas and questions that is mentioned in the lesson. Okay, so means as given by through the story of Buddha as well as through the story of Mahavira, that we have learned that you can list out some of the ideas and questions that is mentioned in the chapter. Okay, and you have to choose from that list and discuss why you think they are very important even today. So even today's in your recent life, in your current life, in the today's time, okay, how it could be related with your real life. So as you can say, as I have said, that you can list out few of the points or ideas and questions that is mentioned in the chapter. So which are they? Let's see. First point, see, you can see, as we have learned in the chapter, that life is full of suffering and unhappiness. So it was already told by Buddha. Okay, so life is full of suffering and unhappiness. Okay, so and it is due to our unfulfilled desires. So Buddha was saying that our life is really a suffering and it is not always happy. Why? Because even if we get something, we think that we still lack that we have not got something new. So for that matter, we still lack something. I hope that आपको समझ में आ रहा है. Okay, I hope that you are understanding. What I'm saying is that, see, if you have something in your hand, okay, is suppose, for example, weird example I'll give. In one hand you have, uh, suppose you in one hand you have chocolate, and but you not only, but you still want more than that. So in other hand you are having ice cream. So how you would, so you have desire for both, but with that chocolate in the left hand, you would think that still I am lacking something, I need ice cream. So it is much more better, it would be better for you, है ना? So this is what means. Likewise, life is always, means it needs something new and new. It is not always satisfied with whatever we have. This is what Buddha says. Okay, so this is very true even today, since most people are not satisfied with what they have. Okay, means this is what going on, means it raises a question. Oh, I have this thing, I have chocolate in my hand, then why don't I have ice cream? Why means, is there any wrong or having desire of an ice cream? Okay, so like this, it's a weird example, so that it can could be understood. That's why I have said this example. Okay, means life is not at all satisfied every time. Okay, and they resort to unfair means out of greed and end up suffering and trouble. So they have unfair means we can say greediness increases, means that life needs much more and more and more. It is not, it doesn't say that, yeah, I am totally satisfied. It never says like that. Okay, because it needs something new and new and new every day, each and every minute. Okay, and then at last what happens, it becomes a suffering and trouble. So this is what happens in real life. And then the second point that we have seen in the chapter is that our actions, okay, means our work, our karma, okay, that affects us, our current life, as well as it affects us in the current life, as well as it affects us in the next life also. So what we have, I hope that you remember, I explained you in the chapter that, and we have seen in the chapter also, that what Buddha has said, whatever work we do, if we do good deed in the present time, the same thing only you will get in the future also. If you do a good deed, that will return back to you. If you will do a bad deed, or if you do something wrong, then that will return to you only in future. Okay, so the it will end up in a bad thing only in future. If you do a good thing present, then it will end up with a good thing in future. So this is what, so our actions and karmas affect us in our current life as well as in the next life also. And the third point that we have learned in this chapter is that we should not hurt or kill any living beings, according to, as we have seen, who said that? Mahavira. We have already learned. Okay, Mahavira said that we should not kill any living beings. Okay, and we should not hurt them. And because this is very important. Why? Because every living being has a desire to live. Okay, every animal, every being has a life. It has a purpose of living. You, not only human beings but also animals do have a purpose to live. Okay, they also have their own feelings, they also have their own life to live. So each and everybody has their own purpose to live in this world. So we should not kill them, we should not hurt them. And this is important, okay, very, very important to understand. Means this will get some ideas by okay, by looking out these points. We'll get new ideas, we'll get new questions. Okay, so this is why. And what is the fourth point, or the fourth point that we have seen? Thinkers in those times, as Buddha and Mahavira told, they were just preaching these things. So there were many other thinkers, group of thinkers who wanted to know about life after death. So is there a life after death? And they wanted to know why the sacrifices should be performed. So they had this situation that, is there any life after death? Sacrifices are not just justified, okay, since living beings should be killed. So and what is the next point? Upanishadic thinkers also felt that something was permanent in the universe and it lasted even after death. So these are the 5 points that we have seen in the chapter. Means these five are the important. These 5 points are the pillar of this chapter. So that we'll get an which by thinking of these 5 points, we'll get something new questions. We'll get new ideas that how what is the real meaning of life. Okay. So these 5 points are very really important as given by Buddha and Mahavira, because it could really, you have to relate these things in your life. So why do you do that? Why is it this life very important to live? What is the purpose to live this life? So these things are very important. So this is what I just wanted to tell you about in this chapter. So I hope that you understood the chapter. Just go through it, okay, and read the chapter very well. And not only this, each and every chapter I'll be discussing with you like this in every chapter from now, so that you'll relate these things within your real life. Okay, so just think about this chapter, that why is this life so important? So whatever you do good, you will get good thing in future. If you do good bad, you will get bad thing. So this is how what life gives us. So live your life happily. Just think about your life. Think positive. Okay. But don't think that only positive is only enough. No. You have to think about, means you have to think positive. That is perfect. But but beside that, just keep as a reserve thinking that something negative will also happen. It might happen. So at that time, what to do? How to face that? That also you have to keep at a, that thinking also you have to keep at a keep as a reserve. Okay. So don't think that, yeah, in my life always positive things will only happen. There will be no any negative. No, don't think like that. There might come some negative things may happen. So that also you should think on all the four sides. And it is very important. Okay. So children, just read the entire chapter and learn properly. And again and again, students, I am telling, read the textbook properly, understand the concepts very well. Okay. Okay, so in the next lecture we'll be starting the civics chapter number 4. So until then, keep on learning, study well, and take care, and bye.